That whistle came off. This place erupted, but here comes Yancey. Makes up for his woes. Yancey for 2. Yancey going past the half-court line. Into the paint, going coast to coast, but he can't. Jalen Jones for 2. Ryan will go to, oh, picked up by Arstevic. Fast break. Layup. Got it.
Here tonight with my partner Brendan King for what promises to be an exciting evening of Griffin basketball. How are you today?
Pretty good. Excited for senior night. Even though it's our last broadcast of the year, let's make it a good one, Mr. Galligan.
Absolutely, that's the plan. Well, we've got the Raiders of Bolingbrook in here, and they can be tough. We had trouble with them when we played at their place. We lost. Wasn't really that close, so we're hoping to obviously be much more competitive tonight. We're coming off a win. I believe you said we played Lincoln Way Central, got ourselves a victory the other night. So we're trying to gain a little bit of momentum before the big game on Monday versus Lincoln Way North, which is actually a play-in game to the regional. So should be exciting. Let's get a win tonight. Let's build momentum. Let's take care of business versus North, which we've already done a couple of times this season, and then have what should be an exciting matchup versus HF.
Yeah, well, we seem to have a pretty good record against other Lincoln Way schools this year. As you said, just beat Central, and now we're on camera. Lincoln Way North should be a promising one. I believe you said the playoffs held at HF.
Yeah, they're hosting the regional. We're going to play North for that play-in game. Should we win on Monday, we would then play HF at their place. Clearly that would be a tough game,
yeah.
But you know, we've played HF tough in the past, and they have stumbled occasionally, so certainly we'd like to have that opportunity. So we have to beat the Phoenix first. I think we can do it, but we've played them twice so far this season and won twice, and that sounds great, but sometimes the more you play a team, right, you know, it gets difficult to continue to beat a team like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, HF, a really good team, but tonight it's Bolingbrook against Lincoln Way East. It is senior night, and the Griffins, they have a lot of graduating seniors, including their 3 captains, Joel Magram, TJ Ansa, and Jelani Yancey. Those guys add a huge punch to the offense, so they should really enjoy their last night here at the gymnasium at Lincoln Way East.
Well, and it's not just, you know, the senior basketball players. I mean, we just saw senior cheerleaders, senior trainers, senior, you know, POMs. It's everybody who's involved in these Friday nights and those games, and it's pretty exciting. So it's nice to give those guys a little recognition, and I'm waving at some old former baseball players who looks like they've made an appearance tonight. Great to see them come back. That's John Fisher down there. But getting back to basketball for a second, we're excited to see these guys and move on to other things. We had a big event here at school a couple weeks ago, various athletes who are moving on to college. So it'll be exciting to see some of these kids play ball, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, at the next level.
Yeah, well, lots of these guys, they're going to go play football. As an example, Joe Magram's going to go on to Indiana State, play some Division I football to our neighbors, to the neighboring state.
Yeah, you know, Magram is somebody who's able to use his size both on the basketball and football court, and obviously Indiana State liked what they saw. He was a defensive end for us this past season, had a great year, and you know, he's got that frame where he's got a lot of muscle, he's very tall, and they'll get a hold of him in college, and you know, he'll probably put on 20 pounds that first year just from the workouts that they'll have him doing. So yeah, he's somebody that can help the program, there's no question.
Definitely.
Well, tonight, as we get ready for the starting lineups in the Anthem, tonight we are looking forward to what should be a fun game. Obviously, we're a little bit tougher at home than we are on the road, as is the case with most teams, because we struggled with Bolingbrook the last time we played them on the road. I think they beat us by about 30, so that's not what we want to see. We want to see a nice competitive game, and I think that's what we're going to get tonight.
Yeah, well, even though we did struggle, hopefully we could get a win tonight as White Noise joins the team now. So maybe that'll add an extra momentum. And now on the screen, you see the cheerleaders, but in front of them are a few players. Now on your screen, you see Dr. Tingley and Jake Emmerich. Dr. Tingley with the seniors.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice seeing him. You know, basketball is important to Dr. Tingley. That's what he was. He was a basketball coach. So, you know, he's had a lot of these games. Obviously, he'd like to see us do well. So he's here to honor these seniors, and I think that's a nice gesture on his part. Speaking of our leadership, I had the absolute pleasure of running into Dr. Brenda Jensen, who is our recently retired principal. I'm sure you remember her from your first couple of years. And she's retired now, still living in the area, so she's at the game tonight. Retirement has been great to her. She looks fantastic, but boy, she was just a great lady to have around the building, great leader for us for several years after Dr. Gardner went to North, and we were sad to see her go, but Dr. Tingley was able to come in and put his own stamp on the principal position and doing a great job.
Well, Dr. Jensen was a principal for many years, for my first 2 years here at Lincoln Way East, and you know, she's never going to stay away from Lincoln Way East sports. She's always going to be here. As a nice ovation for Jake Emmerich. And the national anthem will be coming up.
How about that? A fantastic duet of our national anthem.
Yeah,
that's a great way to get things started tonight.
Definitely, that was great. A very nice ovation. And we have basketball on the way, folks, as the starting lineups will be introduced in just a second.
Did you hear the flyover?
Possibly.
Yeah, they do that now. They have flyovers over indoor basketball games.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only problem, I guess, is we just can't see them. I guess they got to make enough noise. And it's creative.
We got a big crowd here tonight. We probably wouldn't have heard it. We've got a great senior night atmosphere. It should be an exciting game. And right now, the Bolingbrook starter is being introduced.
And they're not getting the greatest ovation from White Noise, as they're going to make a lot of noise in just a second with the starting lineups.
These fans this year, I'll give them credit. They've been very creative. There are a number of props at these ball games.
Yeah.
Costumes are not uncommon.
Yep.
This is one of those nights at Lincoln Way. I feel like we're a little overbooked. We've got a track meet. We've got a Skills USA competition. We've got a basketball game. There's other events. There's a lot of commotion.
Yep. Starting lineups being introduced. It's Ryan Hayes at point guard, Eric Spudik at shooting guard. Next we got TJ Anstead at small forward. At power forward, Jay Yancey, number 23. Doing the traditional salute of his celebration, and at center, big old Joe Magrum. So the lineup will pack a punch tonight for the Griffins as they send out really, I think, some of their best players, as this lineup has really proved to be very effective in Hayes, Sputic, and Yancey, and Magrum. Coach Climax really likes to use this.
You know, one of the things I would like to mention is that a lot of these Griffin broadcasts, if you're a fan, are now on demand on the Village of Frankfurt's website. Channel 6 airs our games in Frankfurt. We're grateful to them for doing that. And on their website now, they're really stepping things up. Yep. If you go to that villageoffrankfurt.com website, on the, maybe it's .org, I should double check that. But the Village of Frankfurt website anyways, on the right side of the screen, you'll see a little button for FCTV Channel 6 on demand. And when you go there, you can see, in addition to their other broadcasts, a lot of our Griffin games are on there for you to watch anytime you want. So now you don't need to check the TV guide and see what's on Channel 6 is airing.
Yeah, definitely check them out. It's lots of fun to watch these games, watch these guys play their hearts out every game. And here we go again.
If you feel like you just need more Brendan King in your life, you can go to a website and get it. Why you want that, I don't know.
So Bolingbrook will control first, even though Magrum did win the first tip-off, but Bolingbrook got possession. Bolingbrook passing the ball around, good movement as 42. It's blocked by Joe Magrum as he got a finger on it. 42, Corey Griffin, that's their center. Griffin stands 6'5", he's 210 pounds. He's a senior. His ball will hand out to number 4. He'll take a 3 and it'll go off. Got to Eric Sputic. Now the Griffins take possession. Ryan Hayes. Hayes goes to Magrum. Magrum fakes the shot. Magrum goes to Yancey. Good ball movement by the Griffins now as Magrum still takes it, trying to find a lane. Yancey for 3, off the board, and goes
off.
off.
One of his better efforts there. That was way off. Yeah. Although for the season, he's made 43 three-pointers, so he's certainly capable of getting hot.
Definitely. Well, we saw last game, the last game we broadcasted, Joliet West, Yancey went on a tear on 3. So Yancey, keep taking that shot. That one was just
35% field goal shooters from beyond the arc, so a 35% three-point shooter. But he's streaky, so he could miss 4 or 5 in a row and make his next 4. You never know.
Right.
So even though he missed that first one, I certainly wouldn't discourage him from continuing to shoot that, because he's one of the guys that's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
Yancey, one of our most reliable players. As more ball movement by the Griffins, as Yancey tries to get inside the paint, takes a shot, gets it for 2. It's 2-2.
Nice little turnaround with the short fade.
Number 10, Cam Burnett, comes out with speed. He'll pass it off to Chad Cook. Goes to Griffin, but Griffin can't get it as Eric Sputic takes it back. Jay Yancey tries to go to Magrum, but it's tipped out. Inbound by Ryan Hayes. He'll hand off to Yancey. Yancey didn't look like he had room for 3, but now stolen away by Joe Magrum. He keeps it back in. Goes to Eric Sputic. Sputic goes to Yancey. Yancey back to Hayes. Joe Magrum tries to drive, takes a shot, and we'll have a whistle.
Senior night, I've noticed, brings Joel Magrum's sister Kirsten to the gym. She, of course, a basketball player at the U of I.
Yep.
So she's somebody who is very familiar with this court, a great basketball player here at Lincoln Waste, and obviously have to be pretty good to be able to continue her career at U of I.
Another whistle as it's a travel by Magrum. It's still 2-2 with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go. As Burnett takes it up, it goes to Price. Price to Burnett. Burnett takes a shot. He'll get it for 2.
Burnett is only 5'6", but he was able to worm his way into the lane for a real easy open look right there.
Yeah. Hayes goes to Yancey. Yancey to Anstead. Anstead to Sputic. Goes to Yancey. Yancey, nice fake. Drives. Tries to go, but it's off the boards. Almost gets his own rebound. Can't do it. It'll go out.
Good job getting to the lane, but then he needs to look to dish that because they converged on him. The defense converged on him pretty quickly there. Not much room for him to go.
Burnett takes it up. So I hand it off to Price. Back to Burnett. Burnett goes to Cook. Cook to Burnett. Nice ball move as Cook takes a three. He got it. Quickly to score 7-2. Griffins need to retaliate here. Cross-court pass. That was a questionable one by Jay Yancey. Almost picked off, but luckily Griffins kept it. Ryan Hayes. Hayes goes to Sputic. Sputic almost had a three, but Sputic tries to drive in and we'll have a foul.
Well, now's a good time to mention that although this is senior night, a little bit earlier it was almost sophomore night. Big win for the sophomore Griffins, hanging on for, I think it was a 2-point win over Bolingbrook in a game that went right down to the wire. A block shot, a block three-pointer at the buzzer that could have won it for Bolingbrook was the difference. So great win for the Griffins, the Softs.
Definitely. And, you know, I really like the feeling for next year's team. The sophomores, they have played unbelievable this year. And the Griffins will get some good players to fill the spots of so many lost players we're going to have this year.
I absolutely think they do have some players coming up that should be able to help them right away. You know, last year's juniors didn't get as much playing time, although they're playing quite a bit this year. Guys like Mike Martin, Gavin Walsh, that you know are among the team leaders in minutes played. Mike Martin is the team leader with 721 minutes played this season. He didn't get a lot of playing time as a junior, so he bided his time, got better, and now he's on the court more than anybody else. Same with not with Joel Magrum, but with Gavin Walsh. He's up there, almost 600 minutes played after not a lot of time last year. So some of these guys, you know, they observe, they learn, they work hard.
Yancey, no, off the rim.
Ready to play as seniors.
Nice keep in by Anstead. Yancey.
Save. Yeah, let's get a basket out of this.
Yancey drives, got it!
Now that's a highlight reel. Not only the save, but the little underhand scoop.
Nice shot by Yancey as it's a three-point game now. Griffin's got numbers. It's a 4-on-2. Goes to Hayes. Hayes tries to go for the layup, but there's a foul.
Maybe our guys in the booth can finagle a replay over that last basket. That was something else.
Gavin Walsh is going to check in, along with number 20 for the Raiders, Alec Boyd. So those guys will be in right after this free throw. And also Mike Martin will take off and come in. Anstead will take a seat. Hayes trying to make it a 2-point game. He does. And Mike Martin comes in for Ryan Hayes. 7-5. Burnett will start with it. Pressed by Yancey, but Burnett escapes. He'll go to Price. Price trying to dribble out of it. Goes to Griffin, back to Price. Price goes to Griffin in the paint. Blocked, guarded by Magrum, and nice defense by Joe Magrum. It's kept by the Raiders. And Boyd takes a shot. He got that one. It's only a 2-point shot, though. So the Griffins will get a break. If he was a little bit more out, he could have had a 3. Gavin Walsh, Mike Martin, Joe Magrum. Magrum tries to feed Sputic, couldn't find him, and right out of Sputic's hands.
So 9-5 Bolingbrook with just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Great shot at some of the jumbo heads.
Yeah. Quick trip on Photoshop, you know, you just...
Okay, I mean, yeah, obviously you can do a lot on Photoshop, but where do you go to get something printed that large? I guess Kinko's, huh?
I guess. I mean, if you bring a monster-sized head in there, I don't know what the workers are going to think, but...
Well, I think you probably just bring the image in on a flash drive, and then I suppose they've got the monster paper there. I mean, that certainly wouldn't fit coming out of my printer.
Emmerich tries to get a feed from Joe Magrum, as that will go out. So the Griffins having some passing troubles here early. Burnett will take it up. Oh, picked up by Sputic. Here he goes. Fast break, layup, got it.
Great body control to get that two.
Now retaliates by Price. He'll get it two. 7-11.
Trading baskets right now. One of these teams is going to go on a run at some point.
Jake Emmerich goes to Walsh. Walsh to Mike Martin, who's known best for his outside shooting. We could use some of that right now. Walsh drives in, blocked, but we'll have two shots.
Walsh has been very judicious with his shots this season. He's shooting 60%, so not only does he hit shots when he's open, but you know, he doesn't take low percentage shots. And that was a great job of getting to the lane and drawing the foul.
Walsh's first will go in as John Jankowski checks in, and also number 50, Kenny Williams, for the Raiders checks in, not the White Sox general manager. Walsh's second won't go. Rebound by Nick Malona. Goes to Boyd. Boyd goes to Burnett, back to Malona. Tight pass, but goes Raider way. Boyd, guarded by Sputic. Hands it off to Little. Goes to Malona. Malona to Boyd. Boyd tries to go in, and we'll have a whistle. So lots of stoppage of plays here in the first quarter, as the fouls are 4-0 with the Raiders. They have all four. So Griffins, no fouls. The chant is Yancey, so they want him back on the court, but who wouldn't? Burnett goes to Little. Little but a Boyd. Malona faked it. Burnett tries a three. He got it. 14-8. A minute 23. And the full court press comes on from the Raiders. But they back off a bit. Mike Martin's open, but couldn't get the three range. Ryan Hayes goes to Emmerich. Oh, off the finger, but Emmerich got it. Walsh takes a three off the rim. Almost tipped back in by Jankowski, and we'll have another foul.
Good luck, though. That shot is there. Keep taking it because it's there. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Jay Yancey checks in for Jake Emmerich. Emmerich with a couple of minutes on his back. Boyd goes to Malona. Back to Boyd. Faked it. To Little. Goes to Moore, and Moore will sink it. It's an 8-point game with 40 seconds left in the first. Mike Martin, double team. But Gavin Walsh takes it away. Walsh in the paint. Layup. He made it. Going for the 3-point play. Gavin Walsh.
Well, and we needed that. Down 8 points with just a few seconds left here in the first quarter, 34 seconds. We needed that. We didn't want Bolingbrook to go down, get a basket, and take a 10-point lead into the second quarter.
Walsh's attempt is good. 3-point play for Gavin Walsh. It's a 5-point game now. As folks on the Griffin sideline, I see Joel Magrum. Looks like he suffered a little ankle injury. He's trying to walk it off, but I don't know an update on him right now. I just saw him just walking back and forth, so hopefully he's all right.
Well, certainly we need him tonight. We also need him versus Lincoln Way North on Monday, so that would be a huge blow if he were to not be available. But he comes back in. He looks like he's fine. Well,
actually, last year in the playoffs, when they were hosted at Lincoln Way North, we played Thornton, and Joel Magrum was injured. And unfortunately, we lost to Thornton last year. So
certainly his size would have helped against Thornton, so we need that presence on Monday, but he looks to be okay. He doesn't seem too worried.
You can't do that as a chant. Price will check back in for Kenny Williams. Ryan Hayes inbounds to Jay Yancey. Yancey almost ran into one of the Palms. Yancey loses the ball, but gets it back to Jankowski. Mike Martin's calling for the ball, but a teardrop by Gavin Walsh goes in. That is his shot, folks. The teardrop.
Gavin Walsh is keeping us in this game right now. Scored our last 5 points.
16-13, 3-point game going into the second quarter.
Lincoln Way had a couple of buzzer beaters so far today. The one right there by Walsh, as well as a three-pointer at the end of the first half of the sophomore game. Now, I believe we have an interview for you right now, so in a moment we'll take you down to that.
I'm here with Jordan. She's on the Lincoln Way East varsity cheerleading squad. Jordan, tonight's senior night here at Lincoln Way East. Have you been cheering for all 4 years here?
Yeah, I have.
And what has been one highlight about cheering on the squad here for all 4 years?
It's been really exciting, and I made a lot of good friends, and we're a really strong team.
Tonight's the last regular season game. What are your emotions about that?
Well, it's kind of sad that it's our last time cheering at Lincoln Way East, but it's also exciting to move on to bigger and better things.
And as your senior coaster game,
I'm really looking forward to going to college.
are you going to cheer in college?
Yeah, I think I am.
Great. Well, good luck with that, and have fun tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Again, I'm Brooke Brown here at Griffin Television, and this has been an update from Jordan. Hi, I'm Brooke Brown here at Griffin Television.
It'll be Yancey bringing the ball up. 16-13 Bolingbrook.
Yancey with a nice behind the back there. Loses the ball. And they'll pick it up for a backcourt violation.
Well, Yancey's probably our best offensive threat, but he also leads the team in turnovers with 2.2 a game, so sometimes with that aggressiveness comes the occasional turnover.
Yeah. Well, as the saying goes, no risk, no reward. So Ryan Hayes has a 2-on-none layup. Can't get it. Almost rebound by Magrum. And it will go Raider way.
Well, types of baskets that we need. That would have brought us to a point. Should have been an easy 2.
Well, as we said earlier, Magrum's injury doesn't seem as bad as first thought. So he's back. But that won't stop Ben Moore from getting a layup. It's 18-13 in favor of Bolingbrook. Yancey comes in, goes to Hayes, nice catch. Hayes throws it to nobody. And it will come Bolingbrook way, goes to Burnett. Burnett guarded by Yancey as Price takes a shot that won't go. Hayes, he has a lot of options, finds Kevin Walsh. Yancey, 3. Big 3! Yancey! That one rattled around and went in.
Like I said, he badly missed his first 3-point attempt, but he's got to keep shooting, and he makes his second, so hopefully that'll be the sign of things to come.
That one brought the crowd back into it. As Burnett takes his own 3, that won't go. Almost a rebound by Yancey, tipped out by Bolingbrook, and it'll go Lincoln Way's way. Sputic checks back in for Hayes. I think in order to win this game, the Griffins should go with the strategy Coach Kalimas had a few weeks ago. I think it was the Joliet West game. Quick changes, keep the guys fresh. As Yancey takes another one, big 3!
And both of those have rattled home. I thought perhaps that would pop out, but it made its way down. So that actually gives the Griffins their first lead of the game.
Right. But as I was saying, the quick change strategy has worked well for the Griffins in the past game. So I say keep going for it as Bolingbrook misses their first layup but sinks their second.
Well, you know, we do play 8 or 9 deep, and that is the nice thing. You know, the last 3 or 4 guys are relatively interchangeable. So get the guy in there who's got the hot hand,
right,
who's got the fresh legs, and that is the beauty of the bench.
As TJ Anstedt checks in for Gavin Walsh. Ben Moore completes the three-point play as the lead changes again. Eric Spudik, go Joe Magrum. Mike Martin's got a three open! Off the rim. Burnett behind the arc. Goes to Malona. Back to Cook. Burnett. Malona, three. No good. Rebound by Yancey. Yancey, nice transition. Takes a shot off the rim. Rebound by Magrum. Magrum out to Spudik. Spudik for three. Big three! 22-21. The score is back in the Griffin's favor.
Well, Spudik hits 43% of his threes, and he probably makes about 100% of the ones that are that wide open.
Cook to Burnett. Hands it in for Malona. Malona, or that's Moore. Goes to Malona. Sinks a two. Scores back in Bolingbrook way. Juggling of the scores here as Mike Martin calls for the ball again. He's in the corner. Wants to attempt for a three one more time. Here's Yancey open for three. Off the rim, no good for Yancey. So that's 2 for 4 on threes for Yancey. As Burnett, he has numbers, but tipped out by Yancey. Can't keep it though, as Little
Great
and Yancey.
Hustle, though, that probably prevented an easy lay-in. So the hustle after the missed three saves us 2 points.
Energy has really picked up, I think, since the opening minutes of the first quarter. Guys are hustling more and playing a little harder. Boyd fakes one, takes the two. That one will go out. Rebound by Spudik.
This is a very athletic Bolingbrook team, so you would think a fast-paced game would favor them, but they're, for the most part, playing the same group of guys, whereas we're getting guys in and out with fresh legs. So believe it or not, we may want to run against this team.
Mike Martin inbounds. Let's see if they'll end it out to Spudik. Spudik at center, hands out to Yancey. Goes to Anstedt. Yancey, three. That's an air ball from Jay Yancey.
Well, for a while there, it looked like we were pretty hot. I think we made about 3 trays in a row. Hopefully we can find that again. I mean, in some ways, that's kind of what needs to happen for us to beat this team. We have to be able to outshoot them from the perimeter. We have so far.
Yep.
I watch a lot of Notre Dame basketball for some reason. They're not really very good, and yet somehow they've got a great record and they're ranked very high.
Yeah.
There's nobody on that team who's really very good, to be honest with you.
Well,
but somehow they all manage, they all know their roles, and as a team, they're much greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, well, I say Dragovich is their best player right now, but they lost their best player, Tim Abramitis, and I actually had a chance to talk to Tim at a practice at Notre Dame Joyce Center, and
yeah, they were expecting big things from him this year. He was a big part of what they did last year when they were ranked in the top 10, and unfortunate to not have him, but some other guys have really stepped up. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't know if there's one guy on that team that you would say, oh yeah, this guy's, you know, an All-American, or this guy's a superstar, or this guy's going to play in the NBA. But as a team, what they're doing is amazing, and a lot of it is kind of getting hot at the right time. So maybe that's what needs to happen tonight.
Well, they don't have Herringody, they don't have McElharney, they don't have Jonathan Peoples, they don't have anybody like that, but they have a team that likes to work together. And about Abramitis, he's in his 5th year at Notre Dame, and he is trying to get on the roster for next year because he wants to go for another degree because he's going for his master's now. So if he tries to go for a PhD, he can still be on the team. So they're trying to resolve that.
Well, we'll see. I know they have a top 20 recruiting class coming in, which is great for Notre Dame, but that
Right.
stems from the success they've had the last 2 years.
Bolingbrook with a 1-point lead with 2:43 to go. Burnett will go to Cook. Cook fakes a 3. Goes to Burnett. Burnett drives in, tries to go for Moore as Moore misses his first, makes his second, and it's a 3-point lead. Magram tries to feed, or thought he could feed Walsh to the basket, couldn't do it though. And Yancey, he drives, takes a hook shot, or somewhat of it, missed it.
Well, and what you don't want there is that frustration foul. Okay, shot didn't go down, so I'm going to get a little ticky-tack foul. So now he has to come out of the game. He'll sit down.
Well,
You
Yancey,
want him on the floor.
yeah. Well, he was the longest staying man on the floor right now, so he maybe a little bit of tiredness is going into effect. So maybe he'll just take a seat for a few seconds and come back in. But here's Cook, goes to Burnett. Goes to Malone. Cook takes a 3, got it. 28-22 as Bolingbrook looks like what they were doing in the first quarter. Griffins have kind of quieted down a little bit. Sputic being guarded by Cook. Ryan Hayes takes it back. Hayes goes to Magram in the paint. Foul. So Magram will get a few free throws.
Now is a good time to congratulate the Lady Griffins on a fantastic season.
Definitely.
27-5 or something like that is what they ended up. They lost last night in the, I think it was the sectional championship game. But just a great, great, great effort, a great season. Can't say enough about the way the girls competed and played. I mean, they were ranked as high as, 5-6 in the state towards the end. So just a great season on their part. Their coach, Jim Martin, of course, and we want to congratulate them on the run they went on.
Yeah, congratulations to the Lady Griffins. As we said, spectacular year. As Boyd is heavily guarded, so the Griffins putting on even more defense now as Cook takes it back. Almost picked off by Sputic. Not a backcourt violation. Picked off by Sputic in the hands of Walsh. Hayes. And that one results in a whistle too. 61 seconds remaining in the second quarter. As the student section wants a technical on that one.
Very animated behavior.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is the last time this year that they get to do whatever they do. So it's kind of their senior night too, because a few of them won't be back next year. Hayes trying to make it a 2-point game. He won't. It's still a 3-point game. 58 seconds to go. Ends up in the hands of Cook. Goes to Malona. Back to Boyd. Malona. Boyd one more time. Malona and Boyd playing catch. And slowing things down. 40 seconds left. Student section's had enough of that. Goes to Burnett. Burnett lost it. Almost went out of bounds, but he did. Griffin ball. Griffins have 26 seconds trying to get 3 points on the board. TJ Anstedt, who hasn't been much of a factor in today's game. Hopefully he'll try to make up for that in the second half. Could really use Anstedt's crisp passing and good mind of basketball, of where to pass, where to shoot. Sputic's got 15 seconds. Trying to wait for the last shot. Nice behind the back by Sputic. Drives. Nank won't go. Ends up in the hands of Hayes. Hayes being knocked down. And a lot of hard fouls tonight from Bolingbrook.
Yeah, that's about as hard a foul as you'll see in high school basketball. I don't think anything malicious about it, but very solid nevertheless.
Hayes is taking a little bit of a beating tonight. That one won't go, so Hayes will try to make it a 2-point game. He did. 2-point game, 6 seconds to go. So the second half should be a really good one. Ball almost out of bounds, but saved by Moore. Malona takes a buzzer beater, can't do it. So the score going into halftime is 28-26 with Bolingbrook in the lead.
Well, a pretty good overall effort by the Griffins. There was a couple of moments earlier in the game where they got down 6 points, and it looked like, you know, things would go the wrong way quickly, but able to get hot at the right times and keep this thing close. So I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that last time the Griffins played the Raiders, it was a 30-point game. Well, obviously, certainly much closer this time around, so Coach Climax will make some adjustments, and we hope that whatever the secret formula is to beat these Raiders, we're going to try to come up with it at halftime. Well, I believe we do have an interview of some sort ready to go, so if that's the case, we'll certainly send you down to that.
Well, I haven't been to as many as I would have liked to, but sometimes some traveling gets in the way with that. But I've been to a few and I enjoyed those basketball games.
Okay, and what's it like being back here east?
You know, it's different because I know that I'm not the principal, but I know that it's in good hands and I know that everything is going well. And so it's just kind of fun. I get to enjoy the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. And what have you been doing with your time since you were here?
Well, you know, you've heard them say that when you retire, you don't know where the time goes, and that's very true. Probably the two highlights is I went on a mission trip to Mexico for a week, and I spent, just got back from 2 weeks in Hawaii. So that was very nice.
Well, it sounds like you are spending your time very well.
Yeah.
Well, seeing you back here always puts a smile on everyone's face. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Griffins are always got here in my heart. So.
Are you excited about tonight?
I am. I'm excited that this is their last regular season game tonight, and Bolingbrook should be a good competition, but I know that it's always a great day to be a Griffin, and the Griffins will win.
Well, we always love seeing you here, so have fun tonight.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'm Brooke Brown here with Griffin TV, and again, this is Dr. Jensen.
Well, it's great to hear from Dr. Jensen again and to see that she's doing so well in her retirement. It was also nice to see that Kyle Langenferfer, who last weekend became a state champion wrestler. Good for him. He was honored at halftime. He's come close a couple of times, second twice before that, I believe. Mm-hmm. But now, for the rest of his life, he can say that he was a state champion.
Yeah, congrats to Kyle. Kyle will be going back to the football team again, and apparently, to people I talked to on the football team, he's the hardest hitter. So that makes sense why he's the best wrestler, too. So.
Well, it's funny because he plays linebacker. You expect, you know, at the high school level to play linebacker, you're probably in that 185 to 200-pound range. But he wrestled at 138, folks. So obviously cut a lot of weight to be able to do that. But that's part of it when you're a wrestler. So we're going to let our dance team take you away here.
This is also their senior night. So congrats to them.
I got to give these kids credit. I've seen a Lincoln Way East basketball game in 8 years. I mean, they are into it.
Yep, definitely.
Sometimes senior night, I've been to enough of these senior nights in multiple sports, and sometimes it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty legit senior night. They're taking this seriously.
And real fast, while we have the time, I'd like to just give a shout out to my grandpa Phil, who this morning he had surgery on his heart. He needed to have a pacemaker put in. So, Grandpa, I wish you a fast recovery, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, gonna go visit him in the hospital or what?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. And is that local?
He's at Loyola.
Okay, so not too bad. Well, best wishes to him.
Yeah.
And as we watch the Griffins start to get loose here, with about 3 minutes left before the second half, I'm sure they've made some adjustments, but I think the biggest thing is they need to play to their strengths. And so far in this game, their strength has been their ability to cycle guys in and out, keep fresh, and really push the tempo, which, believe it or not, seems to be working against this Bolingbrook team.
Yeah, I think the first half was a good sign of good things to come. Just a few things to get right, and hopefully in this half they could come out going. Again, keep fresh, as you said, and let that team chemistry take over, because these guys have been together all year. They know who they're going to pass, where they're going to pass. So I'm expecting
Well,
a good second half.
You know, I don't know that we have the size to get into a half-court battle against Bolingbrook, so the transition game is probably our best option. It's worked so far. 28-26 Bolingbrook, so a close game. Much better effort than when we were at their place a little while back. So I hope Coach Climax has the right recipe for us here in the second half.
Well, Griffins look good. They're sinking a lot of their three-pointers here during practice, so hopefully their three-pointers, they don't burn out here. So sign of good things to come, as Yancey just switched one.
Well, obviously, as you know, once the whistle blows, a little bit of a different story when you have that hand in your face,
right.
But it starts here. Got to be able to make them now.
Well, practice makes perfect. Minute 30 to go until we have basketball here, and student section hanging out with Hugo. Still got those big faces up, and a great crowd, as we said, here at Lincoln East for tonight.
What's going to become of those faces like after tonight when there's no use for them?
I imagine that they're not going to get returned to the players. They're probably, some of those weirdos are probably going to throw them in their house, just keep them in their basement or something. But some of them, I think most of them will end up like maybe in somebody's car on the street, dumpster, something like that.
Hugo is all up on that referee, maybe whispering a little something in his ear, telling him to keep it honest in the second half. Now we got a little B-roll coming up from earlier in the game that we're going to show you. Some nice footage of senior night, mom and dad getting to walk out their son. There's Mike Martin and his folks. Of course, Jim Martin, coach of the girls basketball team that we congratulated on having such a great season earlier.
These guys have had great high school basketball careers, playing since they were little kids, and some of them, they're going to go on and live the dream, play in college, and some of them, they're just going to live the dream and, you know, play with their friends. I mean, playing basketball. Basketball's these guys, that's their life.
There's Gavin Walsh and his folks.
Walsh, a key contributor this year, taking over for some spots lost last year, did a great job. Jay Yancey, great as always.
It's always funny. The players are always like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. There's Matt Worldsma, the team manager. He's going to go on to St. Francis and manage their basketball team, which is a great opportunity for him.
Yep.
Yeah, the players are always kind of like, oh my God, like, why do I have to do this? But I think it's great. The parents love it. It's a nice moment.
Parents definitely love it. As the game is back on here, folks, as Boyd will take it. He spins around, hands it off to Moore. Moore double teamed, hands it off to Barnett, and Spudik almost picked that one off. Unfortunately, he landed in a chair. He's back up, though. Shot by Bolingbrook won't go. There's another shot. That one will go in. It's a 4-point game. As Spudik double-teamed immediately, goes to Anstedt. Full court press on for Bolingbrook, as Spudik needs to get out of there. Ryan Hayes finds Yancey. Yancey, nice pass to Magrum, 2 points. Two-point game once again. As Burnett goes to Boyd. Burnett back to Boyd. Boyd faked one there, nice, and hands it off to Moore, who can't make it go. Hands it off to Spudik. Spudik will man the ball. Goes to Yancey. Magrum just outside of the paint, fakes, layup. Tie game.
New ball game.
Yep. Griffins look good. As Boyd takes a three, that one rattles off the rim and goes out.
That's the rim that Yancey was able to rattle a couple home.
Anstedt layup behind the backhand, can't kill. Man, that would have been nice.
Rig to let our shots fall and pop theirs, reject them right out.
Boyd goes to Burnett. Burnett back to Boyd. Boyd to Little. Little to Boyd. Boyd finds Burnett, fakes a three. Back to Boyd. Little's open for him. He passes. Good defense by the Griffins. A pass from Burnett off the hands of Malona. And Griffin ball.
Well, the first half has actually been our best half this season. We've outscored our opponents in the first half. Second half, not so much. That's where they've outscored us. So we're hoping for a little reversal of that tonight.
Yeah, as we said in past broadcasts, that the second half, it hasn't been as good because maybe the guys, they've been tired or they've been kind of burnt out. But with the recent changes that we've been talking about, the second half has been better. As Yancey takes the three off the rim. Almost picked by Yancey. Little drives, no good on the layup. Rebounded by Bolingbrook, puts it back. It's 32-30. Spudik, guarded by Burnett. Yancey goes to Anstedt. Magram man in the point. Finds Jay Yancey. Yancey. Nice drive by Yancey. Won't go though, as we'll have a whistle. 2 shots. So here's Yancey with 2 key points that could change the effect of the game right now. So first free throw. That will go. 32-31. Yancey getting ready for his second. Off the rim, so it's a 1-point game. And that one's tipped off by Bolingbrook. A bad mistake. That looked like it was Malona who tipped that one out. So Griffins will get the ball. Hayes goes to Magram. Magram to Spudik. Hayes. Goes to Yancey. Anstedt. Yancey slowing things down. Magram to Hayes. Hayes to Anstedt. Good ball movement by the Griffins as Magram faked a drive and gave it to Anstedt. Anstedt drives in. That one's off. Rebound by Magram. It's a 1-point game. Griffins are in the lead. Boyd goes to Burnett. As Boyd fakes a shot, hands it off to Malona. Malona won't make it go. Rebound by Yancey, but it's tipped out by a Raider player. So Griffins will get the ball back.
Well, the Griffins have come out. They're really ready to play right now. I like the energy they have. I like the focus. I like what they're doing so far. Let's keep this up.
Well, that's what we like as it rattles off Yancey's foot. He could have had that one. Went from his hands to his feet in just a second as Little drives in. Blocked by Magram. Rebound by Anstedt, and the Griffins will pull out. Anstedt, a little spin. Oh, or behind the back pass to himself. Goes to Joe Magram. Goes to Yancey. Yancey in the paint now. Teardrop. Makes it go. 35-32.
Well, see, that's sort of the enigma of Jay Yancey. I mean, he got way too carried away with his ball handling and almost had a turnover, but then he gets the ball back and does something that probably nobody else on the team can do with that little hanging runner.
The foul's on Magram, and Kenny Williams will take 2 shots. Williams' first shot won't go. And Mike Martin and Gavin Walsh will check in for Jay Yancey and Ryan Hayes. Both of them get a nice rest. And Kenny Williams trying to make it a 2-point game. Student section making noise. That one will go. 50% on free throws for Williams. It's a 2-point game. Mike Martin to Anstedt. And Eric Spudik takes it away. Spudik doesn't look like a 3, but is it? It's a 3. Looked like he stepped in a little bit.
That was a 2. It was in the line. They just got 2 for that. 37-33 now.
Williams drives in, almost blocked by Anstep, but nice defense anyway, and we'll have a jump ball. Gavin Walsh, TJ Anstead, and Eric Sputic. The tic-tac-toe passes of coming out of a inbound. Foul on Burnett. And an inbound from TJ Anstead will follow. Mike Martin to TJ Anstead. Almost had a lane, but Walsh tries to find his own. Takes it from just past the free throw line. Rebound by Walsh. Gets his own rebound. Blocked by Williams. Goes to Walsh again. Sputic for 3. Big 3! Eric Sputic!
What a great sequence. Gavin Walsh is fighting and battling to get 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. Finally said, enough of this. I'm going to get it to my guy who's open and knock down an open 3.
That was a nice 3, but stolen by Anstead. Then there's a foul called on the Griffins. Still a 7-point game. Jankowski checks in for Magrum, keeping it fresh.
All of a sudden, it's the Griffins with a 7-point lead.
Yeah. As the rest will take time to do some cleaning. Malona tries to go to Burnett, and Burnett will take it back. Oh, almost taken by Mike Martin, but teardrop from Burnett of his own will go in. Martin almost had a steal there. Eric Sputic, nice pass, but that's a travel on Sputic. One too many from Eric Sputic. Student section doesn't appreciate that either. Cook will inbound to Burnett. Cook to Little. Little is manned by Mike Martin. And Cook to Little. Little in 3-point range. Won't go for it, though. Will go to Burnett. Burnett, nice fake. Another fake. He'll hand it off to Price. Burnett with a 3. Won't go. Rebound by Walsh. Walsh, very nice rebounding tonight. Sputic drives in with speed. Nice behind the back pass to himself. Goes to Anstead, back to Mike Martin. Martin goes to Jankowski. Jankowski in the paint. He won't go. Just off the boards. Rebound by Sputic. And another travel from Eric Sputic.
Well, I really like what I see from Sputic. And, you know, we do have another year with him. So he's getting great experience as a junior. And he's contributing. No question he's going to be a real player to watch next year.
Cook will take it. It's 50 seconds remaining in the third 5-point game. Nice lead for the Griffins, but they would want to add more. Little takes it. Williams behind the back. Takes by Yancey.
Ticky-tack foul. These are big boys.
Yep.
They can take it.
So Williams will go back to the line. Nobody's in the bonus yet. First one will go. It's a 4-point game now. Kenny Williams tries for his second. As Griffins, if he misses, they'll get ready to rebound. As they will, they'll rebound that one. Jankowski with his first of the day. Almost stolen from Eric Spudik. That doesn't happen often, but Spudik will keep possession. Spudik has Jankowski in the paint. Won't go. Spudik kicked out. Tries to keep it in. A scramble for the ball results in Bolingbrook taking it away. And then a timeout with 21 seconds left. So suddenly the energy is traded to Bolingbrook. This timeout is pretty crucial here in the third. I mean, 4-point game, 20 seconds. Drawing up play on the board. Coach Climax saying some directions. You get a good shot of the huddle in on your screen.
Well, the lead has been as many as 7 points. It's down to 4 right now. We've been down 6 or 7 points at a number of times throughout this game. So a little bit of a back and forth affair, and obviously we want it to be going in the right direction here heading into the fourth quarter.
Well, the Raiders will start with the ball as Chad Cook takes the inbound. Hands it off to Boyd. Alec Boyd. Goes Cook. Cook back to Price. Price with a little spin in the air. And a jump ball. Kenny Williams will inbound. Picked up by Mark Martin. Here come the Griffins. Now it's in Little's hands. Martin hands off to Hayes. Hayes hands it off for Walsh. Almost put back by Walsh. Almost a buzzer beater, but the lead is still 4 going into the fourth.
Would have been a heck of a buzzer beater. Would have been his second. He had one earlier today,
yeah.
no?
Yep. But nonetheless, Griffin's going with the lead. Would have been nice to have a 6.
Send it down for commercial here, folks.
Nurse, scalpel.
GTV, what are you gonna do?
Those are some interesting
dissections.
I mean, I don't know what to make of those. Are those commercials? Are they? What are those?
Picked off by Price. He's got a fast break unless Mike Martin blocks it. But there will be 2 points. 2-point game as the lead suddenly shrinks. Back in fourth game here as Ryan Hayes. Gavin Walsh blocked by Kenny Williams. Taken by Chad Cook. And then into Little. Yancey almost blocked it, but now it's a tie game. No travel on the call as the Griffins want it.
What do you think about calling a timeout here? Because we have a brand new game. Now it's 1 quarter to see who's the better team tonight.
Yep. See, at the student section, they're going to go with their one of their favorites, the roller coaster. Everybody's taking a seat. Tom Plunkett getting everybody in their seats. And there they go. Major roller coaster today. It's like a maybe huge one. As nice job by Tom Plunkett to get the crowd back into it with a 40-40 game. And down there, Joe Tomasic and one of the Bolingbrook male cheerleaders, they just had an epic stare down where the Bolingbrook cheerleader actually backed away. So Tomasic won that one.
Well, he's a very imposing young man.
Jay Yancey, oh, it's picked off by Bolingbrook, by Little. That one won't go. Luckily, no free throws for the Raiders here. Just an inbound. That's tipped up, taken by Sputic. Griffin's got a few numbers here. Mike Martin's under the basket, but Kevin Walsh puts it back.
Strong finish by Walsh.
Boyd to Kenny Williams. Williams tries to drive in, prevented by John Jankowski, but he'll get it in anyway. 42-42. It looked like Jankowski had a good eye on him, but Williams threw it in right over his hand. Mike Martin, nice spin. Martin takes a two. That one goes! 44-42. Mike Martin, generally known for his three-point shooting. Doesn't take many of those types of shots inside two range, but that one worked out here.
Definitely shows that if he can get in the lane, he will finish.
Price will take it. Taken by Sputic. Griffin's got numbers 3 on 2. Yancey's in three-point range, but Martin won't put it away. Taken by Bolingbrook as Williams has got a fast break. He'll draw. Oh, what a play. Oh, my goodness. Sputic takes it back. Yancey takes a three off the rim, but taken back by Kenny Williams. They'll block it away. Oh, my goodness. Wow, and the lights are out, folks.
So disgusting. We've suffered a power outage.
Oh, my God. I can't even put that into words, folks.
Going up for a breakaway dunk is number 42 for Bolingbrook. Corey Griffin, a 6'5", 210-pound man-child. He got swatted.
Wow, man. Takes a shot, but that one won't go. There was so much to say over what just happened. I don't know how I'm ever going to get through it.
I don't care what happens the rest of the game.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. What happens next is irrelevant.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh, my God. But I think the funniest part was your reaction. I just saw your mouth just opened wide.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. As a team, we only have about 20 blocks for the season. But that should count for like 30.
Yancey in three-point range. Nice crossover by Yancey. That's there be a foul.
I'm still recovering from that. Yeah, I'm sorry. We have 40 blocks on the season, so that's not really an element of our game. But with Jankowski in there at 6'8", you got to be alert. And Bailey thought he had an easy dunk. I mean, he was going up for what he thought was going to be this career-defining dunk. No.
It looked like Ryan Braun trying to get that inside the park home run last year. Then he rounded third, then fell. So that was pretty funny, too.
Surprised that he had to settle for an inside the park home run. Usually when you do steroids, you hit actual home runs.
Yeah, well, he was just proven not guilty.
Well, that's
I still don't believe it. I still believe it.
It's not that he was found not guilty. It was that they dismissed the case because of irregularities with the way the sample was handled. So,
Yancey drives, yes!
strong finish by Yancey. Are we getting enough shots to the crowd? Because this is a great atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah. Looks like every time there's a point or a block, the lights go out. The traditional bowing to Jay Yancey after he makes a shot. That one will go. 3-point play, 46-42. Burnett will take it. Hands it off to Malona. That one won't go because there's a whistle.
All right, with 4.5 minutes left and a 4-point lead, still way too early to get conservative. Continue to do what has gotten you this lead, which is to be aggressive.
All right. Ref's trying to keep the fans off the court. That won't stop him. Now an inbound from Corey Griffin. Goes to Burnett. Burnett takes a shot. That one will go off. Rebound by Malona. That one won't go either. Rebound by Magram as the Griffins will pull away. GJ Ansel go to Ryan Hayes. Hayes drives in, layup. No. Nice effort by Ryan Hayes, though. That one will go to Price. That one swatted away from Cook, but there's a foul.
Well, you can't do that. You can't foul guys that are shooting three-pointers. That's going to be 3 free throws. I think maybe we have a little bit of block fever after the Jankowski block. Everybody wants in on that party.
Chad Cook takes his first free throw. No good. Yancey's going to check back in any moment. Inside your head is a chant, but he makes it. That's traditional after some chant like that. Now miss it is the chant. Let's see if this one works. He did. And rebound by Anstead. Every player has made a contribution tonight. And Yancey for a layup.
49-43 with under 4 minutes to go. This is a team that beat us by 30 when we played last.
That home court advantage. But that one will go for Ben Moore. Still a 4-point lead as Eric Spudik tries to get past Price. Hands it off to Gavin Walsh. Walsh has to be careful he doesn't step out. Timeout, Griffins.
Okay, good time to take a break, regather yourself, try to get things right where you need them. I see our beloved principal, Dr. Tingley, walking around. That's 2 principals in town tonight, Dr. Tingley and Dr. Jensen.
Crowd's really into it. Having lots of fun tonight.
Well, both teams obviously trying to figure out what it's going to take to either get back in this game or hold on to this slim lead. I think whoever ends up being our player of the game, the giant head sign of that player should be, I think there needs to be a ceremony, something needs to be done.
Think so?
Yes.
Probably just hang it in the lunchroom, you know. Leave
Sure.
those up there for, you know, a week or two until they start scaring people.
Okay, under 3.5 minutes to go, 49-45. Like the lineup that's on the court right now, I think this gives us our best opportunity right here. Although when Martin's in there, he's done some really good things this quarter too.
Foul.
Both teams not yet in the bonus.
Dr. Tingley watching with enjoyment.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a basketball guy. That's his background.
Yep. TJ Anstedt waiting for Gavin Walsh to get in the paint. Eric Sputic goes to TJ Anstedt. Anstedt goes to Walsh. Walsh to Yancey. Yancey went to Walsh. Ball crashed into a palm.
A little miscommunication there leads to the silly turnover. Obviously, got to do a better job of possessing the ball here with just under 3 minutes left. Every possession is key. And as you know, with fouls and such at the end of the game, there's going to be a lot of possessions.
That's
in
for
this ball
sure.
game.
Bolingbrook tries to drive in.
Good defense there. So East and Bolingbrook exchanging turnovers here with 2.5 minutes left.
This is
Yancey's
definitely...
probably, I'm sorry, I was going to say Yancey's
Sorry.
probably your best offensive player, but you don't always want him bringing the ball up court because he can tend to dribble himself
Right.
into trouble occasionally.
It's true. Well, as I was going to say, this is definitely the right night to have senior night. Everybody's having fun, tight game. We're losing our voices, or at least I am. So, great night here at Lincoln Way.
Sputic doing a great job of breaking that one-man press. He's shown some real good things tonight.
Yancey, nice dribble. Yancey drives. That won't go.
Okay, well, he does a nice job of getting to the lane. Next time, hopefully, that'll be a shooting foul. The 6th for Bolingbrook.
They've been really racking up the fouls. I mean, especially in the first half. They got 8 fouls very quickly.
Instead shoots out, gets the ball.
Anstedt to Yancey. Yancey goes to Walsh. Walsh.
Size on the court right now.
Sputic almost had a 3 open.
When they see something they like, they'll be aggressive. But right now, this possession is also burning time.
That's good, too.
Okay, so with that, now Bolingbrook in the bonus, or I should say East in the bonus with Bolingbrook's 7th foul. So Walsh, good to have Walsh on the line. He's one of the better free throw shooters. Yeah, he's at just about 76%.
And he shows it.
Free throw shooting not necessarily our forte. Best shooters on the court right now are Sputic and Walsh. So try to keep the ball in their hands.
Walsh
That
will
was an
miss.
ugly one, though. Splits them. 5-point lead.
Boyd takes a 3. Misses. If that would have gone in, that would have been a completely different ball game, folks, as a foul is called.
And that'll send Yancey to the line. Yancey, I think he's at just under 70%, so that should be good enough to get at least 1 here, hopefully 2.
Yancey's got 1 in the bonus. See Magram and Sputic in the middle, enjoying a little smile. Yancey will miss that one. Still a 5-point game. 90 seconds to go. Cook fakes, gives it off to Moore, and he'll make it. It's a 3-point game.
Bolingbrook with the timeout. 3 points and 1:22 to go. Okay, now is about the time when you can consider burning a little clock, but that also isn't what got us here.
That's looks like Kevin Slakowski showing the male cheerleader up.
Well, I mean, if doing a semi-somersault is showing him up, then yes, he did that.
Well, I'd say so. I mean, the cheerleader just walked away with fear, so I say so.
You know, Kevin and I know Kevin pretty well. He's kind of a mild-mannered kid. doesn't generally have too much to say, but to see him get into a somersault battle with the cheerleaders,
Yeah.
sort of impressive. You know, at Notre Dame football games, there used to be a male cheerleader there that was a little overweight, I think.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think his forte was really sort of like, you know,
Yep.
girls would stand on his shoulders and
Yep.
things like that. But in the fourth quarter or the third quarter, like during a timeout, everybody would start like cheering for this guy.
Yep.
Like he was going to run out there and do this elaborate, you know, routine of flips and whatnot. And he would sort of egg them all on, and you'd think he was about to do something really amazing. You get this big running start, and then what would he do?
A little somersault.
A somersault.
Yep.
Good job. It's pretty funny, though.
Yeah. Right in the end zone. That one won't go.
Got to make our free throws here. We've had opportunities to essentially ice this game. Missing free throws, though. .105 left, 3-point lead. Sputic, Yancey, Walsh, Magrum, Anstead.
60 seconds. That goes out. LWE ball. Anstead inbounds. There's Jay Yancey on the other side, but he finds Sputic. Then goes to Yancey. Quick foul with 58 to go. Super bonus.
Now we're guaranteed 2 shots. Got to put at least 1 on the board. This has got to be more than a 1-possession game at this point.
That will go. 4-point game.
Well, Sputic is an 80% free throw shooter, so he's who we want on the line right now.
Here's Sputic. That one won't go. Still a 2-possession game unless they sink a 3 and get fouled. Moore drives, makes it. Now it's a 1-possession game.
Well, they're right there. I mean, this is still a ball game, obviously.
Yep. I have a feeling these
You
40.
absolutely cannot let up for 1 instant.
Yep. I have a feeling these 47 seconds are going to take a while.
Well, they're going to take a while. Oh, here we go.
Oh, whoa!
Another little
What's
battle.
going to happen? Hey,
Doing
Slokowski!
Cameraman, where
Hey,
you at?
come on, cameraman. Nice flip. That's showing him up. And we got a gymnastics. I'm not sure what his name is, but I know he's on gymnastics.
Well, that's Johnny Cargyle, and you should know who he is. He's the all-around gymnastics champion for the state of Illinois. So if that Bolingbrook cheerleader wants to get into like a little tumbling battle, I think we got that covered.
Anstead to Sputic. Goes to Anstead. Anstead got Walsh. Oh, that's blocked behind. Magrum layup. Got it. 53-49. No, they take a 3 that will go off the rim. Rebound by Yancey. It would step down, but it'll go Griffin way. Look at this crowd. Eric Sputic.
Ball control. Nice job, Sputic. Okay, well, 24 seconds left. Still a 2-possession game, though, if you're Bolingbrook.
Boyd. Chan is east side. Tipped by Yancey. And then who's going to get it? It's going to Bolingbrook.
The foul is on Walsh. It looked like we were about to get a turnover, but now this will send Bolingbrook to the line for the 1-and-1. And Bolingbrook, regardless of what happens here, will
Let's break. Play up. Got it.